Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so just getting in here. We actually, no, sorry, I did not want to unmute that. I just wanted to turn off the stats there. So we got our map actually pretty damn good. I'm sure if I run more seeds and find different kind of values, it's gonna be weird, but it's getting good. And I think I do have to probably tone down. I have to obviously. This first person, I need to do some things, make it visually look a little bit better. Oh god, like walking up there, it's just probably too pixelated. I need to like tone down the pixelization because that's a little bit freak out inducing, a little bit. But I also need to like import the light settings from the other scene that I was dealing with, and then also gonna get that going. So let's just start there. Let's get the lights going, and then I can start tweaking other things with like the first person. I think it's probably first person would, because there's not that much there, and there's no lighting. It does obviously look a lot worse. So let's go quickly to scenes. I think it was main scene I was working on before. No, test scene. That's the one I was working on before. I probably eventually need to kind of clear out some of these things because it's just not looking that great. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to go to window, rendering, lighting. I wonder, can I like copy? This is just an asset, right? So I could just eventually copy this because I think in this is where I set all this stuff. So it's just basically pure darkness, right? I wonder if copying. Yeah, like there must be a. If I just take this, I wonder if I can take this and reference that. Pieces, settings, sample scene settings. Okay, so let's. Why don't we duplicate this and just call it game lighting, and then I'm going to take this and move it to scenes. It's probably the, I don't know, is that the best spot? We'll just do it for now. Maybe up back. Let's move it to the assets folder instead. Let's just drag into scenes there. Scenes, okay. Then I'm gonna go back to procedural 4x4 and see if I drag that in. Damn, it doesn't copy those things. It's kind of annoying that you have to set that up multiple times. Like I can't like copy them somewhere. Okay, well. Okay, so let's just go none because I want this pure blackness basically. Dark. Was it gradient that I did? I did a gradient, I guess. This is gonna be so annoying to copy. You can't even like it's not like copy here for copy lighting settings or something. No. Alright. And like if it's not like in the inspector, no. Okay. Well, let's just save this once. We'll go back and forth a couple of times and just grab the right settings. So is this basically just all 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, and then I don't know if this is any changed, but there, and then I don't have any fog, just pure darkness basically. So I guess it's not, at least it's not hard. Right. Just doing 0, 0, 0. And then 0, 0, 0. And then 0, 0, 0. And then this, I think it's probably the same. Yeah, okay. And then that. Okay, so let's save, let's see what that looks like. Oh god. Oh Jesus. That is a difference. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean the pixelization doesn't look so bad in this situation because obviously there's less distance that you actually get to see, but oh god. What is it about like just like corridors that you can't see the end of? Right? Like that just feels scary. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Alright, well there's that. There's lighting already. Okay, and then I do need to get my HUD. So let's take the HUD in. Is it not called HUD? What do I call it in testing? Oh, I thought I got HUD. Oh, gameplay UI is what it's called in there. Okay, so generation. Let's find our gameplay UI. Throw it in there. There we go. Okay. Sweet. So it's all mostly working now. So the other thing is though, that I will have to start getting working is the nav mesh. And I think to do that I need to actually import a thing because obviously most nav mesh, when I go into I thought there was a general. I forget where this is put in. Window for it. I was in Windows, but I just. Okay, my brain is not thinking of where this is properly. Yeah, it won't be over there. This is not on project settings either. There was like an AI section I recall, but I feel like I am just being stupid and not seeing where it would be. Navigation. These are the agents. Why am I being this dumb? Like, it is a window. Yeah. Well, anyways, let's just go and find it first. Because I know there's a package that I have to download. That's the better one. Okay, so like nav. Nope. AI. No. That's not in projects. Unity registry. nav AI navigation. High level nav mesh components for building and using. Yeah, okay, this is the thing I need. I've never actually used it before, so maybe let's open the documentation while that starts running. Just take a little gander here. Convert your projects to work with the new navigation system. And remove these scripts and associated files before. I don't think I used any of those. Okay, so we should be fine there. If you don't remove these, you might get conflicts and errors. Okay. You combine some of the same header and that stuff. Okay. Convert your project. If you want to make use of this new badge, you have to convert your project. As part of the conversion progress, the NavMesh updater makes the following changes. Any NavMesh that was previously baked and embedded in the scene is now referenced from a NavMesh surface component and created on a new game object called navigation. Fair enough. Any object that was marked with navigation static now has a NavMesh modifier component with the appropriate settings. Okay. To convert your project, go Window AI NavMesh Updater. In the NavMesh Updater window, select kind of data. Yeah, initialize converters. NavMesh scenes is baked different. Okay. Assign new agent types. So when you have created new agent types, I guess different meshes that they can use, kind of, I guess is the idea. This is probably fairly simple, right? Main thing I want to figure out is the runtime navigation. The thing that I need to do, obviously, is have it so that when I play, I create a nav mesh after I've built my map. Navigation. Okay, so we got some things there. Some window AI up here. Okay, here we go. Was it just like up there and I wasn't seeing it? Quite possible. Okay. Okay, so various jump distance, yeah, whatever. Okay. Right, okay, so you probably have different types and heights and radiuses, yeah, that probably makes sense. Probably have to make different types for my monster and my player. The reason that the first person works right now is because it doesn't use NavMesh stuff, but the top-down one does, so that's why I need to set this up for it to work. So, the best way to do that is to go open these guys, prefabs, and go into colliders. Maybe I just probably put it on the top level. And then, so there's like a nav mesh surface. Wait, okay, so maybe I have to go back to that convert. So the nav mesh updater. The nav mesh updated follows the following: convert scenes baked with nav mesh. Places navigation static flags with nav mesh modifier components. Okay. Okay, well that irreversible is kind of scary, so let's just quickly go to source tree. Let's commit all the changes I've made, because I have made quite a bit. And we'll just like update everything there, because there will have been quite a few changes. I'm just doing this off screen because it'll be quicker. Stage all. Met. Procedural generation done. Pre-nav mesh upgrade. Push changes immediately. Hopefully that doesn't take too long, but it is now committing. Sweet. Okay. So that's good. We can now, with some certainty, there's just this. Okay. Why initialize converters? Is that what I need to do? What are the warnings? Ending. Okay, so it seems to have done whatever it needed to do. As scene is upgraded, supposedly. Yeah, but now okay, so now when I open this thing, I'm assuming it's nav mesh surface, right? Nav mesh surface confines allows you represents walkable area for a specific nav mesh agent type, defines part of a scene where nav mesh should be built. Yeah, okay. Probably it's just a nav mesh surface, is what I'm looking at here. Okay. So nav mesh surface. Humanoid, walkable. Enabled. Collected objects will generate links depending on the agent settings value for drop height. Okay, no, I don't need to care about that. Use physics colliders. Because that'll be nicer, I think. And then that's open. Okay, and then collect object collection. Volume, current object hierarchy. Current object hierarchy, probably. Include layers. I didn't like layer this anything specific, no. What if I should? That probably makes more sense, right? Add like a nav mesh layer. Just because then it'll be probably just. Or do I not? I have floor and walls, but like I can make a walls one, but I don't know, maybe it's not worth it. Just take everything for now. And then advanced. Yeah, don't care about that. Fake. Where does this get saved to? Is it just saved in the testing grounds? Interesting. I don't really want it being saved there, but okay, so that is going to be a problem. Because obviously, when these things get connected, I want them to actually function there. Maybe I don't do this by prefab. Maybe I actually like, I wonder if I should be making. Yeah, that can be fine. Delete it. Instead of making that, I kind of go and I have like a root in resources that I set up with the values that I spawn. Because right now, map generator just creates a game object, I think, for the root. Which I actually need to make sure everything gets added to that root, but because I think the corridors don't get added to it right now, but I do know I have some sort of root level, generate level, seed, game object, map root. Okay, so yeah, instead I should be getting a nav mesh surface. What I should do is, yeah, in I guess I can create a empty map root at 0 position, add component, nav mesh surface. We'll take current object hierarchy. We will. I guess you could ignore some layers specifically, but I mean everything's going to be in default right now. I can just. We'll do that for now. So do that, and I'll go to resources. Eventually, I'll have to convert this to something that's nicer, but resources is just so easy. I just don't want to not use it. Okay, so nav mesh surface equals resources dot load of nav mesh surface, and go. Okay, there we go. Assume there's going to be an error somewhere down here. Maybe because I always use dot transform, it should be fine. Okay. Remove that breakpoint. I don't think it. Yeah, that part is fine. Corridor, generate corridor name. So yeah, I need to make sure that the corridor is actually corridor dot. I'll do a null check here, right? Okay, so let's take this in here. Corridor dot transform dot parent equals app root dot transform. Okay. Save that. Let's just okay. First, let's just. You hide or go away. I don't know. Okay, I guess he doesn't want to go away. Okay. So now I have a map. Right. Okay. So, but I have a. Oh, I didn't save. Okay. I didn't like recompile and stuff. So that I can delete that because there's the one in the prefab version. Woo. Play. I have no water. Which is very sad. Very, very sad that I have no water. Anyways, setting a parent of a transform which resides in a prefab asset is disabled. What? Oh, durr. Okay, yeah. Go back up. I don't instantiate it. I just get it. I always forget that. Scrolly, 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 scrolly. Up here. Instantiato. Okay. Alright, so I need to recompile here. And now that we're actually going to instantiate the map route, it should go a little nicer. I did save that, right? Okay, but should have recompiled. Or not? Come on. Okay, so is everything seems to be in this map route. Why don't I see the rooms being in there? Rooms are in there. There's just... I don't know why the colliders don't show when I select them, but like basically if I disable this, okay, yeah, and then the thing I probably need to now do is actually called bake, I guess. Let's see how this works. So I've created all these things. I've yielded a frame. I'll probably yield another frame after this. Return null. And what I want to do here is okay, go map root dot build nav mesh. See how that goes. How crazy of a task is that to... Oh, I didn't recompile. Ah, goddammit. You get to wait for it to display and then do absolutely nothing and then get to recompile here and then... I wonder if you have to actually go and like add all of the data in manually or if you can just kind of go like that and if it'll understand what I'm supposed to do. So that is the question that we are going to learn very soon. Ooh. I see a nav mesh. Alright, let's just take a look at this. Actually, let's go look at this way. This is probably gonna be... Okay. Show nav mesh. This one not showing anything. So, source mesh floor B does not allow read access. Huh. Maybe I need to like ignore. Probably I just need to let it ignore all visuals, and then just yeah. So then I might just want to make a layer for that. So yeah, you can see as well that it's like allowing that. Why doesn't this one actually show the nav meshes? Oh, because it's probably no gizmos. Yeah, okay. So those seem to build that pretty quickly and efficiently. So that's pretty cool. So we don't actually need the meshes. So what I'll do is maybe go into, I have to go, I guess, into my prefabs and make some way of distinguishing. Do I have like an exclude, or do I have include? I could just make all the meshes something. A layer that the nav mesh won't care about, right? Or I could make it just that there only is a nav mesh layer. Maybe for now, let's just do the nav mesh layer again. Going back on that decision already. Or I guess, yeah, I could make it floor, ceiling, and walls. And then I'll just make the nav mesh only care about those. I think that's probably okay. Even though I do kind of have to now actually make it a little bit. Not that I really think there's going to be much. I did make this floor, right? No, this is a floor. Floor. Alright, file. Just go into this, colliders. So I need to do this for all of them anyways. So this is the only floor one. Floor. Wall. Bam. Save. This guy. Gliders. So only the first two, I think. No, so this one is there. Where's my other floor? These two are floors. I should just call them floor. And then all these walls. Just to make it ever so clear later on. Even though if they don't have like numbers or different names, it should be fine. And these are walls, okay. Bam. Save. Okay, there should be only one floor here. Let's just go the distance if we're gonna do this. We'll just rename them all floors and keep on going. And then all of these are going to be walls, and we'll call them wall. Okay. Back out, save. Room B. Open. Gliders. Wait, no. I just did this one. Okay. This one. Open. This one probably, this one only has one floor. But let's call it a floor. Floor. Wall, wall. Let me think of the book that I read to my son all the time. Wall, wall, we all play ball. Play ball on the wall. Thing on the wall, we all fall down. I don't know. And okay. So I've done that one now. I feel like I got distracted and I want to make sure I actually did. Floor, wall, cool. Storage closet. Let's go. With you, colliders. So, sim again. That's the floor. Yes. So let's call it floor. Let's call it floor. Let's call these wall and wall. I didn't click enter here. Oh, there we go. Bam. Save. Okay, straight. Open. Floor. Floor. Wall. Wall. Okay. I'm gonna autosave these things. I'm doing this because the point. Open. Gliders. I guess there's only a floor here. Cool. Floor. Floor. Safe. Boom. Freeway. Open up. Ladders. There's gonna be one floor and there's gonna be one wall here. Floor. Floor. Wall. Wall. Okay. There we go. Turn. Open. Gliders. I'm assuming this is the floor. Yep. Floor. Floor. Wall. Wall. Okay. Almost down. I got one more room to go. That wasn't too bad. Okay, there's only one floor, I assume. Floor. Floor. And then wall. Wall. Okay. Back. Alright, save that all. Go to prefab world. Go lower down. Then I need to go to my resources folder again. Here, go to map route. And then, yeah, we're no longer doing default, but we are going to add in wall. Okay. Save. Let's try this. See if we avoid all those errors now. Yeah, error free. But why am I not getting oh, okay, well, should have just probably could have just done physics colliders instead of having to go through all those layers. That's probably true. Probably could have. But now I have some nav mesh builds. What if there's like a way you can say like, hey, you should not be able to walk on top of these? Like they'll act as walls, but they're not walkable. I don't know where I would set that up necessarily, but it should be fine because I shouldn't have many things walking on there, but I should have nothing that gets up there. But what that should also mean though is I should be able to go into Game Manager. I should be able to actually set this to third person, and that when I click play it'll actually work. Woot. I don't know why that like. Goddamn, I am so slow. It definitely like it feels bigger when I'm in third person, but like definitely way scarier in first person. I don't know. Still have to figure out which one I like more, but okay. So there's that portion ready and complete. So I've got both guys walking. I wonder if I should like there's two next things I could do. I could start getting the doors in. It's only probably not that bad of an idea. Just to get doors ready and going. And then obviously there's the monster. Just 2 steps is getting the spawning of the monster, which is relatively easily. I just need to find a random spot to spawn him. But the harder part is now setting up all my little navigation points so that they nicely just like connect up. So with that in mind, I'm gonna still though do doors first. I think that'll be nice to get in. Ooh. I actually think, now I'm thinking about it, it's pretty easy because I just go to all my rooms and I just put doors in there. Like, I don't even have to do anything. I just put the door in. Well, I just have to make a door, actually, I guess would be more appropriately said, is that I don't actually have, out of the doors that I made, I think for my first test scene, right, I have this thick guy, doesn't really fit there, and then I have this guy, which again doesn't really make sense in this context. Oh, they did have this prop blast door. Can I get the... and I wonder if I should maybe try to use that. That actually seems like about the right size. I just need to... If I click on this and then I let it go, does it actually bring me to prop blast door? Here we go. It's just in models. Oh right, this was like in another thing, which I guess I killed all the materials there. No, they're there. Maybe I can set that back up. Okay, so let's try that. Okay, in prefab world, just drag this guy out. Does he actually? How does he look? Does he actually have materials on him? Oh, he does. He's got the Unity symbol, which is fine. You know, this is still kind of testing stuff. I don't really care if it looks fine unnecessarily. So the only thing about the prop, so the prop door, does it actually? The door is actually separate, right? Ooh, nice. Alright, well. That's cool. Okay, so then the other thing I need to do is get my permission door, I think it's called. I have like a base. I'm gonna just drag that. I guess it should be in the prefab world, all of this stuff. Okay, let's zero both of these out and then play around with them more. Okay, so to make it easier to test with, we will, I guess, put that there. And then to some other stuff. Okay, so permission control base. Alright, so this is like the zone that has to be in, it handles all the text and everything. And then all I have to do is handle the, I have to add the thing that happens when I initiate it, basically. I guess I could just drag in another one of these just to have a reference. I guess the better reference, though, would be this door. It's probably closer to what I'll actually need. And so with this guy, he has play sound, do that. And this is the reactor group, right? So toggles on and toggles that. But where do I... Oh wait, he is the second element, right? Which is there. Okay, so that's how we did it, yeah. Or I did it. And there's no we yet in this whole thing. Right, okay, so I have this thing. I'm gonna basically drag and drop this guy in here. I want to correctly size this rock blast door. We should be not letting anything through, and I'm wondering. I kind of wonder if, like, does this actually fit the aesthetic, or do I just go and make another? Might just make something out of this tile set. I don't know. It just feels like it doesn't really fit. You know, it's not at all in the same aesthetic. It's gonna look weird. Yeah, I realized that none of these things actually had real doors, did it? They had the arcs, but so I could put like this arch maybe in there, but no, if I do that, it'll have the side pieces, right? Listen, so I could just put the arch in there, but I guess just go to the pieces though again. Materials, meshes, or do I go to prefab? Let's go to prefabs first. Architecture, decos. Probably is what this again. And just see if there's anything here that actually would be more what I want. Go pull. Yeah, because of course there's these type of doors, but like they're kind of one-sided, right? They're not really meant to be. I guess I could tilt this guy. If I made this thing. Okay, well, it's not wanting to rotate that way. I could drag it out and rotate it though to be, I think, at an angle that might make some visual sense. So let's just give that a quick test. See if I can do that. Okay. The rotations though on this are gonna be not fun to look at. It definitely was not meant to be and it's just oh god. Okay, let's try to make this relatively straight. Okay, and then the next one that I want to line up is this thing relatively straight. And then It's just this with no snapping anymore. And I'm just gonna line it up on here. See, it's pretty close. Okay. It's gonna look obviously a little weird because it's gonna be angled that way like that, but if I take this, right, and now what I'm gonna need to do is get a thing that actually is centered on it, like in what its visual center is. How do I maybe get this pretty close to centered there, and maybe move it up so that I can get something right there. So then create a parent. Actually, I didn't want to make the parent yet. Just leave that up there. Door pivot. This is what I want to get snapping back into play. And do that. Okay, so that's definitely not centered this way, so it needs to be more. Okay, turn that off. Just also undo that because I don't even know if that did any other stuff. So feel that's about centered. Okay, that's about centered. And for this guy, if I go yeah, it does look kind of odd because obviously that side's showing in, that side's not, but that's just because of the perspective I think that it has. I want to make sure that's kind of in the center too. Should actually seems kind of mostly. I feel like it's still slightly at a weird angle. It's ever so slightly. There you go. I think that's maybe better. Yeah, okay, that's. Yeah. Okay, so I actually do want to move it a little bit down, because then that'll be centered, right? And so if I go flip, flip, yeah, it looks exactly the same on both sides. Thank you. The way that this opens up is kind of screwing me, but I think, okay, so if I just lock 2 boxes out, 2 boxes out, 2 boxes out, 2 boxes out, yeah, I guess that's pretty damn close. Okay, so then again, door pivot, centered on that. We'll put this thing on door pivot, and from there on I should be able to scale this, and it should mostly be okay. Yeah, we're not. Let's not have this anymore like that. Let's just kind of. Does this even look good is the question. It's not looking great. That's kind of what I'm gonna say about that. Only this could like come in half that. That would actually be decent. Pulling apart kind of looks door-like. I guess I could just like take a crate as well. Those might not look as bad. There's doors. Especially because I could not scale them. I could just have like a 2x2 length in them, probably. Just squished on one direction. That probably won't be too bad. I mean, it'd be orange, which is kind of a weird color for doors. Don't have a ton of alternatives though. I should probably use these to kind of like brace the door. It'll probably look pretty decent. Let's just check back the architecture that I'm using. The B one, right? Like I don't really want to use these for the doors because those I don't think will be that great. So yeah, let's try instead. I'm gonna try these crates. So. Alright, so if I take a crate, right, and then I just hide that for now. I don't know, maybe I could go back to it, but I feel like that's probably not the way I want to go. I go like 0.2, right? So now it's like door size. Now you're not gonna see it necessarily like that. You might see that part at some point, but I might also just make that hide away, and then you'd have like duplicate. Having back. Right, so you'd have two of those. And that would kind of be like a door side, right? And then you could copy it again. And then that's a door. Now I think despite me liking the color orange, I feel like this, if it wasn't orange, I would like it more. This just seems like a weird door color. Right? Like if it was a gray. If it was just gray. Which this is gray, but I don't really like that shape. I think it's meant for the poles as well. If I could just go. Maybe just like take this and like desaturate it. Just like as a temporary measure. I actually don't know what I have for editing software on my PC. I wonder if this. Right, whatever. Is that? I don't know. Whatever. I don't know what I just did there. No, I don't want to. Okay. Yeah, this probably does not have. There's an edit image option. And we might have saturation. Just like turn. That would get me the darkness. And then maybe just.
I just want it generally darker, I think. I don't know. Maybe that looks terrible, but what's the vignette? I have vignette. Okay, definitely don't want vignette. Highlights. There's nothing. Exposure. How much darker? Probably not. That's probably okay. We'll try that. And then save as copy. Let's go to DSAT. Okay. Hopefully it's saved in the right spot and didn't like... Where is this image located? Oh, of course. Didn't actually get put where I thought it would get put. So let's throw that in there. And then let's take these crates. Let's go to this. Wasn't there like also, I'm actually curious now if there was just a saturation. I think there's a material that I can use that's desaturation, but let's just go with my thing here. Let's go on desat. And then we'll just use instead this image. That's surprisingly still looking. Oh, I guess it's got the illumination, which is actually kind of cool. That's a good way to maybe balance it out. Okay, but anyways, let's go to these guys, and then drag. Right, sorry. Where are your materials? How does that look? I think that looks better. It does look more door-like. And the only question is, do I want to make it only? Do I like the 2x2, or do I want it like too stretched? So I could try that out. Just grabbing like these two. Let's go to duplicate. Let's just move them over here. Let's create them having a Y scale of 2. And then that looks a little bit stretched, but it does feel like more dory, you know? This feels like 4 different things. That feels like 2 solid things. So I'm gonna, for now, I think I'm gonna go with, which ones did I choose? Oh god. These 2? Okay. Let's do that. It's not forever, it's just for now. Right, empty. Door. Call them thin, I don't know. And put both these guys in. Should then center their Z. The relative X position is probably fine. How weird that one of them has their -1 is. There we go. That. All I want to do. So then each of these guys has a couple of values that I probably want to copy over. So a box collider, a nav mesh obstacle, and a door toggle. Yeah. Okay. Let's just start adding both of those. Collider of the box variety. And then nav mesh obstacle box carve only stationary, found stationary 0.1, and then saying 2221, which I guess is the size before it gets scaled, right? It's because I'm scaling this to such a degree. That's why it's all 222 and the center is 1 there. So okay, and then yeah, so yeah, these are pre-scaling, so that's fine. And then last thing was the actual door toggle part. Yeah, copy component. I'll paste this on both of them, and then I'll edit it after. Yeah, so actually these guys have the control and navigation point too, which I need to drag on all of them, but that should be fine. I only have to manage one, I think. Okay, but before I get into that, so this thing, to get it like out of the way, would be, since I guess of 2, right? So yeah. So this would have to go. Open offset is -2. No annihilation, move duration 0.3. Let's just see how long it take for the other one. 0.3. Okay, that should be fine. And then there's that one set up, and then this guy, again, he's going to be now 2 though, because he's going positive, and then rest is fine. Okay. I'm going to call this permission door. I'll just call it thin for now. I think this should be always fine to just put there for now. We'll see if it matters later, but I think that should be okay. Because there should be at least always one thing there. Even if it's like a storage closet, it should still have enough space to hold that, even though the storage closet might have something on top of it, maybe, but that should be fine. Okay, then I need the reactor group, which will have both of these guys. Actually, no, it needs 2. Toggle and toggle. I'm just gonna give these actual names. Go left and door right. Right, and then that is what I add over here, and add door in. Right. Okay. So generally that's now set up, and I think it's. I was thinking like this feels like it's shorter of a distance to the door than this. But it might just be the way they're rotated. Yeah, they're 2 and 2. It's just it's because they're got more space on the top. Kind of how it looks. Oh, hey Oprah Dev, it's going pretty good. I'm just finally putting doors into my procedural generation, so it's not just like a open area. So you actually have to open some doors. How you doing? What was I doing here? Or left, da. I think that's all I need for the door. I think. And then I basically, once I've... Right, so I need to make this a new door, actually. I don't need to override it. Where are you? Make you new. Original prefab. Okay. I was going to add some visual flair to these things, but I can do that later. They don't need to be anything too fancy yet. Permission door, boom. There we go. I can show you, hopefully, I just want to quickly get this door done, and then I can probably show you a little bit more of what I'm actually doing fully. Let's just maybe get these doors set up in a quick room. So 3x3A. Because once they get one room, I can at least test it. So let's get you zeroed in here. Move you to a doorway here. And then I just need to go to these nav points, find the one that's on the bottom, this one, and that's the one I need to drag into here so that you know that you're being controlled by that. Okay, and then just duplicate this guy a couple more times. And our good old rotate, but not in that direction. Rotate, there we go, and then duplicate, and then rotate, and then duplicate, and then rotate once more. Okay, and then just need to tell the nav point that he is controlling. Boom, boom, boom. So this one is the right, so I need the right nav point, which I think is gonna be this guy. Yeah, 7-1. So we will know about 7, -1, and then you will know about. It must be 1 and -7. So it's gonna be somewhat like of a roguelike in the sense that you're kind of exploring new procedurally generated worlds each time. And then you use Morse code to kind of open the doors. This is the kind of basic concept here. Wait, did I not change the door? I did not change the door. Okay. Sorry. Just trying to do this one thing once that is in. Okay, so now go to the door lower. This one. That one's gonna be. Was it? It was -1 and 7, and then one more left, and then this would be the left. So this would have to be -9 and -1, right? Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Let's apply all here, and let's just. Oh wait. I need to disable that. Otherwise it's going to show up in my game, which is odd. Okay, fine, so let's stop the playing, add this, and then we can play, and then I can show you some doors being opened. Yeah, it's probably definitely going to start having issues with seed generation stuff here. But, okay, so I have my player running around, and there's a door. It's a big old door, and I can't get past it until I look at my Morse code, and then I see that T is the code, so I need to go and hold that, and then I get an open door, and then like for this one, it's M, which is dash dash, so dash dash. Then this door opens. Oh, that doesn't even go anywhere. And then I is dot dot. And then, yeah. So the idea there is that we're going to have stuff that you're kind of like looting and trying to get into and getting salvage kind of from this like little lab that's gone abandoned. And then you're going to take that loot and build up a little base with a bunch of people, and then hopefully over time go deeper and deeper into more complex and more dangerous areas. So that's kind of the thought there. And so what I've been doing in the past few weeks, I only get to do this every once in a while, is building out this procedural generation so that I can build up a world. And now I've just added the doors in back, so yeah, that's the goal. Is like you play a horror game and you come out proficient in Morse code. That's kind of my goal in this game. And the part of the reason why I wanted to make a horror game, not only because it's fun, but also just that I've heard like through some studies that they found that like if you have like adrenaline while like learning something, it just kind of sticks more. So the fact that you're doing something while also being kind of a little bit higher stress environment will actually kind of make it ingrained in you, supposed to a little bit better. So hopefully that actually works out, and then people learn how to do some Morse code for fun. Because there's some practical stuff there, but yeah, there is monsters. I haven't got them in the procedural generation, but I do have a little test level that has a monster that walks around and will kill you right now. The plan is definitely to have more than just one generic monster, but right now I just have one kind of basic one that kind of walks around and hits you. I do, if you're interested in testing out like I have a test level that has kind of like a full, just like run of the mechanics and stuff. I can link you the Discord, and there's a playtest links to download that if you're interested. Yeah, the monster is like if you can look in the stream, this is the monster that's right now there, and he sees you, he'll roar really loud you and probably scare the crap out of you, and then chase you and kill you unless you like close the door quick enough. That's kind of his MO right now, but definitely again want to have more monsters than just that, which I was probably gonna get into now, because actually I could add more doors, but I feel like it's pretty boring to watch, so I'm gonna yeah, that's the kind of the thought, right? You have to open doors quickly and close them before the monster gets you. Plus there's also always that tension of like, just when you're opening the door with the Morse code, you don't know if there's gonna be like a monster sitting right behind that, right? So that's kind of the tension there. But I think, yeah, so I think I have enough doors to just get that done. I'm gonna quickly just go into, I want my game manager. Just gonna quickly modify him so that the difficulty level's a little bit higher, because otherwise I'm gonna get, I think, a lot of issues where the first, I'm saying this area down here where it could not generate a unique code. Because the base level, okay, yeah, there we go. So now I don't have that problem anymore. And I still have doors, so yeah, now they're just 2 letter doors. The doors that are there. Eventually, probably, I'm going to make all these rooms have doors. I feel like that's probably the way I'm going to go. And then we'll just
have lots of doors to open. So IT would be dot dot dash dot dot dash. No, dot dot dash. There we go, opened it. So in the demo, there's like an exit that you can just exit. But the goal of this overall is first like you kind of salvage stuff, you build up, and you're gonna have like certain members of the people that you're actually controlling are like prisoners that are sent down to your colony, and you're kind of like using them to gather resources to build up your colony more. And try to find out like what really went wrong on this planet, because it's like a big huge planet that used to be like a big science planet for a bunch of like Black Ops research stuff, and then some things went horribly wrong, and so no one really knows what went wrong there. And so part of it is you're delving there, getting research and salvage that's quite valuable, and then selling that back to build up the research lab colony thing that you have, while also trying to like get down to the deep and find this big thing that I haven't quite figured out what exactly it is, but there's going to be something at the bottom there that caused the destruction of this planet, basically. So yeah, that's kind of the goal so far. I've still got a lot of work, obviously, to do. I need to like fill out these rooms and put loot in them and stuff. But what was the next thing I said I was gonna? I was gonna start spawning the monster. Now there's a preset to the monster spawning. In that, if I take a look at any one of these rooms, I have these nav points. I don't know why some of these are disabled. Why do I do that? Weird. But that if I click on this, should start to see some nav points being generated. Even is this nav point that I'm selecting? Where are you? Nav points. There are these points, and they should be showing connections. I don't know why they're not doing that. But they right now don't connect to external rooms and don't connect like through these corridors that I have. And these are kind of like the points that connect all this stuff. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, so I need to basically make some connections here that connect these nav points to other nav points. I don't know. Yeah, guess what? I need to figure out why these are disabled. But yeah, so once I connect these, then I can have my monster pathing around and walking kind of throughout the world and trying to kill you. So yeah, I want to start working on that part, I think. Oh, I know why they're disabled. They're because the doors. Yeah, if the doors are closed, then obviously the nav point will be disabled. So at least that works. That part's working. What's this one? Why isn't this one disabled then? This one shouldn't be, but this one must not. I must have the bottom. -9 and -1 would be the bottom door. So the bottom door is not properly serialized, I guess. Go and open that and see this guy. Okay, no, rename. Do that. This guy has the door thin, door left. I used the wrong one there. So should be this is the one he controls, right? Yeah. Okay. Guess I'll rename these just so that in the future it'll be easier to understand. Right. This is top, and this is left. Okay. Save. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it with those doors. I'm not gonna bother with the other doors yet. It's just not needed to visual figure out the if I have one works, I don't need others that work yet. So that should be fine. I do want to go now. Do a little bit of coding here and trying to connect the things. So I have these navigation points. What I need to be doing is when I connect the corridor, so I guess I should go to the corridor section first and connect all those navigation points. Somehow, some way. That's going to be probably far more confusing to connect those because I don't actually think I have a good concept of which ones to connect there. Yeah. That's gonna be rough. Okay. Let me think about how exactly I want to do this. We go corridor generator. So most of this comes in the part where I actually generate. I do border line generations basically. So about that breakpoint anymore. Spawn corridor. Add a corridor piece. This is after I instantiate it. I should ideally be able to, when I spawn it would be great if I had some way of knowing I need basically some way of knowing when at least with these ones, when I spawn a corridor piece. Look at this. There would be a straight or half straight. I need to know with the door locations which one I'm actually taking and then which one I'm going to be attaching to is the idea. I guess I could make it so that like I just have a convention of that the top one is the beginning one. It's one's -1 and then one's, yeah. Does it have rotation? It does. Okay, that's why it's. Oh god, that was a bad idea. It shouldn't have a rotation, but now that it does, and these things are located where they are, let me fix that. Yeah, there we go. That makes more sense. Yeah. Because thinking on this further, when I spawn these, I basically spawn them so that they face a specific rotation. And the rotation is going to be
what rotation that I put in, which is again a forward direction, right? So logically, the forward direction, this is what is going to be forward facing, connecting to further things, and then this is going to be the one that is going to be connecting to previous things, right? Yeah, where do I do this? I spawn them. I call this over here and I just spawn them. Then I spawn the junction points after. Ooh. Maybe what I want to do is when I spun the corridor, I'll add it to like a dictionary, and then maybe the junction will know the pieces that it needs to connect to. The junction is going to be the most messed up one because it's going to have to figure out which pieces, I guess, connect to what. Right? And right now there's... I guess it would know the line. I guess that's a lot easier. If it already knows the corridor line, then I just need to know which end to connect to. If I made the corridor line actually keep the values, I could do that. Yeah. Okay. So let's backtrack it for a second. Right, because I actually have a starting point and an end point, and now when these start, they are either a nav point or a junction point. If it's a junction point, I should like consume them, I guess, and replace them with the end nav point. And then I should connect my starting point. If it's a junction point, I consume it. If it's a nav point, which means it's connected to a room directly, at that point, then I'm going to connect them. I think that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. Now, I am rethinking about how I want the nav points to work. Because for these guys, I don't think they actually care. In the sense that the corridor pieces, they don't really need... They might not actually need multiple points, right? I could probably get away with each of these corridor pieces simply having one navigation point in the center. So that doesn't matter, right? Like the end or exit, like this doesn't actually need door locations because it's not spawning on the door locations as far as I know. I'm going to verify that, but I don't think they do. They just use the bounds, I think. Let's just quickly check that. So if I go into spawn, piece, room, just go look at door locations quickly. Final references. Okay. So room, I use that to display things, which is fine. Okay. And then in map generator, And I don't really think anything about generator is going to matter because that's mainly talking about rooms at this point. Yeah. Okay. So then, only other thing is in corridor generators. What am I doing here? Getting my storage closet, but storage closet. Storage closet's probably the only one that matters. And again, storage closet should probably only have one. What do I do with this door location? I've been using it. I'm plugging in there. Find position and rotation for prefab. And then alright, okay. I should just connect it. Yeah, the quarter piece is a storage closet is a quarter piece. Yeah, so that should be fine. I can still keep some door. I don't necessarily need them though for the other rooms or the other quarter pieces. I don't think I need them. It'd be better to just have one and then do it that way. Alright. I will do that in a moment. I just need to go quickly to the washroom, so I will be right back. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So just figuring out, I can only have one. That's probably just gonna make my life so much easier if I do that. Yeah. Now I still need the door locations for specifically storage closet. Should be okay. I did want to go and then take door location dot, and then I have to like Let's see. It should have. I thought I would have a. Swap connection for. I don't think I want to swap any, but I want to connect it to something. I need to go to navigation point and figure out. Okay. Maybe it's the static thing. Wake, start. Okay. Okay, no, the static link. Okay. That's how I'm gonna do it. Okay, so I go. Oh yeah, go navigation point dot link, and then I'll link these two. Okay. Navigation point dot link. Door location and room door. Although really, this probably doesn't. This one probably is the most insignificant one to do, but whatever. So I think they'll be like literally right on top of each other. And then the rest of these, I'm gonna have. Yeah, so I'm gonna maybe in corridor. Yeah, so I'll go to corridor pieces generally, and then I'm gonna make a public navigation point, and I'll call it center navigation point. And I should spell it the Canadian way. So we'll do that. They don't need any of these, do I? Just make that file nicer. So we'll have a center navigation point. And that's what I'll use here. Well, I'm spawning the corridor. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how I do this nicely. So basically, I want to take the start one, and if it why don't I just make them all and then I'll connect it to the start and the end after. So that's probably what I'll do. Navigation point. Corridor start equals null. Then corridor end equals null. Okay, and so in here I will create a corridor piece, and then after I've done that part, I'll do this part. So if corridor start equals null, I'm going to set corridor start be equal to C. Alright, so C dot center navigation point. And then that's it. So once it's set, it doesn't occur anymore without anything. But corridor end, however, if you don't not equal null, I'll do that. I'll do the, I guess, null situation first. So if it's null, we're just gonna do the same thing. take you, paste you, do that. We set. But in this case, we actually do want an else case because we want to have handling there. So if it does not equal null, which is this case that we have here, I want to take my navigation point dot link, and I want to link current corridor end with my c dot navigation center point, and then I want to set corridor end to be equal to c dot center navigation point. And so this will just continue on, but it'll link it. And then at the end, just have something kind of like this, but I'm going to flip them. So if this does not equal null and this does not equal null, I'm not going to be doing this anymore, but I'm going to do something else. And that thing is if starting point is a navigation point, NP, then I want to link them. I want to link NP with corridor start. Otherwise, if it's a junction, so the otherwise is a junction point, so I should write that down. Point override for now. Yeah. So in this case, I'm going to say starting point equals corridor start. Basically doing that, and then I'm going to do a similar thing here. Obviously NP with corridor end, and instead ending endpoint. I didn't mean to actually copy that part. What? Didn't actually need to write that in there, but that's fine. Okay. So yeah, that should override them and link them up. And what's the next part in this whole plan? I need to handle the junction side. So, because obviously these guys will have then their starting points and endpoints set up, but some of them won't be linked to the junction. I do have to go and remember to set all these center points. Why don't I just do the center point now? Before I forget. Because otherwise I'm gonna like finish the junction points, I'm gonna save it, and then it's just gonna like not connect properly. So the thing I'm gonna figure out is I basically just want to unlink and I think just destroy these. I just want to have one that's in the center. And then I should be doing this in... I'm not gonna have any door links, honestly. I'm just gonna drag that there, and then wow, a lot of changes, but okay. Wow. Yeah. Storage closet is going to be like the one exception here with having a door point, but still has just center navigation point be this. Fine. And then half straight. I'm gonna do these all in open. Okay, so gonna again unlink and then delete one of them and then make it centered. Have it all centered, then have center navigation point and just delete these because again, these things don't need to have them. Go back. So now straight is good, cross, open, delete all the ones that are not this. Why there's a rotation there? That's fine. Go cross and then point there and then go 0 and then good and three-way and go open, set that to 0 and then use nav points, grab 0 to here, and then I'm gonna delete all of these. And does this still have connections? No. I feel like it's breaking. Debug. Connected points 0. Okay. Okay. And back, save. Okay. So then that should be all of them. They'll have their center point. And you. Okay, sure, whatever. One that I have my turn, so to do that one. Okay. Again, let's go open. Set this to 0. Not 9, it's 0. I don't know why that's okay. Took a second to update there. And then the center navigation point is gonna be this one. This I'm gonna click unlink here. Okay, it does do the same thing, it's just deleting them. And that guy doesn't need to have a rotation. What is this? Really? Yeah, sure, fine. Yeah. So let's go out of there. So these guys should be now good on that aspect. And then what I want to do is corridor generator. Basically, in corridor lines, right? So then once I go into spawn junction, because I actually already know about the corridor line. Yeah, to do connect corridor. So I can instantiate this thing. Yeah, it's actually what I might not want to do. I might not want to override it. What I can do is in the spawn corridor, right? So instead of overriding endpoint, maybe I go. And I have this, but maybe I have a public list of navigation points. And I'll say to connect. And so what that will do is I'm going to say an else if here. Else if endpoint is junction point JP, then what we're going to do is JP dot to connect dot add corridor end. Right, so that just nicely has it, and then I just connect it to my center point. I think that's super clean. I guess just change it to corridor start and starting point. There, okay. I like that. So then down here, all I gotta do, which is pretty simple, is I can actually remove this and then go down here for each navigation point np in to connect. I go and I take I go navigation point dot link c dot center navigation point comma np. So it just goes through, connects them all. All right. Yeah, that works. That'll be nice. It'll be that simple. So let me just select one of these guys for a second, show connection links, and then I'm actually seeing them come through to certain degrees, but I'm not actually seeing it on all the doors. Or in all the rooms, I guess would be the more accurate way to say it. And it's not actually going to the junctions. Okay. Yeah, they're not linking to the junction point. That's Interesting. Yeah, because it doesn't have any connections, yeah. This does have a center navigation point. So, wonder why that isn't working. Going in to connect, and then... Let's just breakpoint on that then. No, I don't have. It's not actually attached, is it? Nope. Oh, also, like, it did recompile, right? I may have only had the corridor connection part. As long as to connect has some values in it, that should be fine then. Okay. So let's just let that go for now. Go here, show connection points. There we go. That's a little weird. I should probably just fix that one's navigation points, but yeah, it's kind of weird that some of these yeah, let's just check this room. So wait, why do you have? Oh, I guess no. Okay, that does make sense. A lot of points. Yeah, well, okay, so this room only thinks it has one connection. Why is that? Do I like F up some of the rooms? And then I should basically just take this guy and say, you can, like, cannot exist, right? Yeah, so I'm just gonna say, hey, like, not exist now. And then I'm gonna re-select this guy, lock into him, so that I can take this guy and drag him in here. Right. Yeah, that makes more sense. I think that's probably fine. Navigation. Then okay. think if I actually go and open this, if it still works. Okay, that looks fine. Okay, that one looks fine. One that was really messed up was room B. Yeah, room B. It's totally messed up. Okay, well, let's take a look at you. Open. There's many nav points. 8. Okay. And these guys just, I guess, don't seem to connect. So let's take 0, 0. Lock him in. He has 4 -12, but he basically needs everybody else. Okay, yeah, so now he has all his connections. Okay. There we go. Go out. Does not get saved or something? Oh god. Screw you, Unity. Do you not like say you realize nothing got marked dirty? Okay, fine. Fine. I'll do this once more. This already exists. I drag that one in already. Okay, and then just need to like bump. There's been saves. Okay, save. Okay. So now that should be okay. Yes, okay. Wait, okay, and then that's alright, that's alright. Okay. So now hide prefab world. Okay, let's just select one of these and show the connections again. Basically now I do see there to be connections kind of going through everywhere. So I actually wonder, can I now take, I call him just enemy? Yeah, what if I throw him in here? You should just be able to walk around. Okay, go find a monster. Lower that a little bit. Actually. Yeah. Okay. It's a little laggy here, is it? What if it's because if I just go like this, better. It's pretty laggy. Yeah. I'll check later why that is. Maybe also maybe. Was it command space? Like a. I've now forgotten what the key was to maximize. Let's do this. See if that makes it better. Oh yeah. Okay, so it's something in the editor that's just slowing it down. Okay. EI. E and then I is dot, right? Yeah, so it's dot. And dot. No, dot. There we go. far as I know, the monster's somewhere in the higher area. Oh my god, there he is. Let's see if I survive. Was down here, right? Door? Dot, 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 dot. Dot, 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 dot. Oh, did he just, like, not, he might have, dot, 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 dot. I might have, like, line of sighted him. There you go. Oh god. Okay, I waited too long. I definitely waited too long. Oh, I'm gonna so die. Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously some stuff definitely needs to be changed for that fully, but you know, he's good enough monster for now. He does his job. Okay. So, monsters actually work, they just don't spawn in right now. So do I want to work on some spawning in? I don't think it's terribly too crazy to do later, and trying to figure out like what is the most important thing to do next. This little one is annoying me. I just put it away. Yeah, okay. Clear the mind for a moment. Okay. So if I throw my doors in, do I get the monster to actually spawn in a specific spot? One thing I could actually start looking at is I want to like populate these rooms with things, right? Now, the question is, how do I want to populate them? Because in those populations of things that I spawn into the rooms, I could spawn in the monster, right? Like, so you can just create like a spot where the monster spawns. Potentially, that might be a way to do it. And in that, I might just have like things that can spawn in certain sized areas. I'm just wondering, like, it's like you can move it, but you can't hide it, I guess. Oh, well, it's gone now. Oh, it goes. Oh, so you can kind of just put it down there. Interesting. I might still actually want this up here, but I want like this down. Okay, it doesn't want to. I like swap them. Oh, there we go. That's better. Okay. So, how to spawn things dynamically into here that makes sense. I can create up kind of like a space. I could create smaller like bounds type stuff, and I could populate things in kind of like that. I do generally probably want to make sure that there's space still. So I wonder how I want to do that. Like I probably still want to make sure that there's some ways to walk through them. Like you don't want them just taking up a full space in here. So I guess ideally you have kind of like tile sets that are a little bit spaced out, and then you make sure that there's no way that it's going to block completely a room, right? So it shouldn't have any full length things. You could have something that kind of takes up one side and goes in, so then at least you can kind of go around. But nothing that like blocks directly from one side to the other, because that could potentially block off stuff, obviously. But then, yeah, just handling that in multiple rooms, potentially having those. That is question there. And how do I handle the dynamic sizing, right? Because there could be things I could just spawn for storage room, right? Like storage room is so small, it needs to basically have just a one thing there, right? But the flip side of that is that these things are obviously bigger. These rooms are massive. And so having things spawn in them has more flexibility, right? Like I could, have one very large thing, or I could have a couple of smaller things. And I kind of want to have like this. Ideally, I would have this space be able to like accommodate both, right? So you could denote this as spawning the multiple small parts or the one big part piece, kind of filling up the room with some stuff. I think that's kind of the idea I want to go with. So I wonder if just frame map, right? So let's open paint. Doing some brainstorming, right? So ideally the smallest thing would be like the storage closet, right? So it's like a 1x1 or something. I don't know. Small, right? But then I could ideally have something that's some multiple of that. Maybe let's say it's a 2x2 in scope, right? So 2, right? And because of space that it takes up. These are all scratch for now. And then what I could do is in this 2x2, I could define like 2 sections of 1x1. That if I decide that I would kind of like roll it as, do I either spawn it full 2x2 or do I spawn 2 1x1s? And that's how I'd probably determine it, I think. And I can kind of subdivide it that way, right? And so like even if you then have a 2x2, you could then have necessarily like a, I don't know, what is it, like a 4x4 or something, or like some bigger dimension thing. That again could have sections of 2x2 in it. Or it spawns a 4x4 thing. And then if it spawns a 2x2, that 2x2 section could also then spawn, various smaller pieces, right? That might be how I go about it. Then I basically just have a prefab pool of a bunch of different kind of populations of things that I can populate in there based on the size. It's probably how I want to do it. I think that's fair. Probably a good starting spot to go from. So I guess I'll probably call this like room decor or something like that. Things, and then each room will have a room decor option in there. Main thing I also have to verify, like, so I just need to make sure, like, and be conscious that I don't make the center actually something. The center probably always needs to be walkable. Or at least wherever I put the nav point has to be walkable, because otherwise that's gonna cause issues. The monster needs to be able to get there, basically. Otherwise he's gonna get stuck. And that's not gonna be cool. So we'll just have to kind of go from there. Okay, so in storage closet, it's gonna be the first thing I have to look at, because I'm already getting to the point with storage closets that when just if I go play. My dog barking at another dog. Silly dog. I got. Oh yeah. Also, I noticed the music stopped. Let's just queue up another thing. Go. Yes, get at least the suspenseful music going. So I realized I do have my music, but I probably just want to. I wonder where the music actually comes from. It must be on the player. I might just disable that for now. It's gonna work. I should make them into mixer groups, and then I can just like disable the music. I guess that would be the way to do it. Yeah, let's just quickly then go resources, game manager, player top down. I assume it's somewhere in here. What the music is? I'm like, yeah, music. So let's create a audio mixer, music. Pitch, volume, okay, well, it doesn't really matter. Point is just, this is a mixer. I need a mixer group. How do I open? Okay, here we go. Sorry. Okay, right. So then mixer, it's master. Oh, groups. Okay. So music, and then but this. So I should be calling this sound mixer. Yes. And then in Audio Mixer here, I should be making another one probably for SFX, right? And then I'll just grab the music for the music section, and then I will save, go to that, I will go enemy SFX and enemy grunt sound SFX, enemy step sound FX, FPS player. Need to open this guy up. Music. Make him a music one. Save, go out, and then last. These two, SFX. And then I'll go apply SFX. Both of these. There, and then just go override that. Okay, so then I can just go to my music here. Just turn that down for now, and then I can actually still have my sounds, my other sounds, while not having like overload with that background music. Because obviously background music, I think that's nice, but it's just like it's repetitive if I'm going in there and it's kind of loud. But yeah, I get that at least. Okay, sweet. That's cool. Okay. Now, what was I actually doing before that? I was looking at the rooms, trying to think about making the decorations. And then I was thinking about the storage closet, right? And that's why I wanted to just like visually find a storage closet and just like look how tiny it is. Yeah, so especially when there's a room, I need to find it's like this room next to me. I am, so I, and then M is dot, so dot dot. And then AM, which is dot dash, yeah. That's what I did. Alright, so that's pretty small, especially if I go like. Especially if there's something on top of that, right? So, I mean, I guess you could still have it basically a 2x2 space, and it would just occupy over top of this text. That'd be probably fine. So the smallest thing I'd probably have then is a, or it could still be one, it could be 1x1, because then it would just leave space on each side, right? Yeah, so 1x1 would be the smallest, or I guess it's 2 unity units, but it's like 1 cube space. Yeah, that's probably fine. Scene, project. Yeah, so okay, let's make so let's go to scripts. I'm just gonna start writing this out the way I want it to do it. I guess it's probably still in procedural generation. So I'll call it here, and I'm gonna call it a decoration spawner. I don't know, something like that. And I'm gonna have this, and then I'm also gonna have a create C# script decoration. Maybe I shouldn't call it decoration because it's not really necessarily decoration because it's not just really visual. It's like room. It's like furniture either. It's like room stuff, things, feeling stuff. I'll just leave it in decoration. I don't know. I don't know. I can't think of a better word for it now, and I don't want to just get stuck thinking about this name for too long. Okay. So I don't want any of this stuff. So I'll have a decoration room and a decoration spawner, and then I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna make a public enum, I guess. Yeah, it'll just be public. Globally public. Decoration size. I need to write public enum decoration size. And can I go like one by one? Is that like acceptable? Why is this public identify? I'm just gonna okay. By the way, it's small. Does it? Okay, yeah. So it's because I did one by one. Okay. Yeah. Maybe even I go like extra small here. Extra small is 1 by 1. Small, which will be 2 by 2. And then I guess I'll just keep going up. I don't know. Maybe do I like this way of doing it? Should they have to be square, right? Maybe an enum is the right thing for that. Because yeah, I would probably be okay with there being decorations that are like 2 by 4, right? Or some length. And that'd be better than having a bunch of small square things fit in there. So do I just do it like a vector I start doing bounds for these guys. So I could make like sizes, but ideally you don't want to kind of have like a finite amount of sizes, right? Like I don't want to have to necessarily dynamically try to fit in a bunch of things, right? Um, mm, basically, I'll write it out when I'm going to take. So public bounds int. And this would be an array of actually no, it wouldn't even be wouldn't be bounds int. It would be another class. So public class decoration spawn settings, I guess. I don't know. Which would have a public bounds int bounds, and then would have a also a public array for fall through option. Have a public float fall through option chance equal 0 for now, I guess. I'll do it 0.5 or something. Fall through options, option chance, and then I should put on top of this thing range 0 to 1. Because yeah, I don't want this to be the percentage chance. So then I have bounds and I have fall through options. So this can kind of like recurse. It'll have multiple options. You fall through, then you use this one, and then that one can have multiple options as well. And then basically the decoration spawner would just have a public decoration decoration spawn settings. Here. Oh, 1 second. up soon. I probably won't get into too deep in this because this is going to take a while, definitely. What are you just looking at? So what I want to do is basically have some fall through options on these things in these bounds. The reason why I'm making it a bounds int is just so I can probably limit it some ways of spawning things. Basically, I'm going to have some kind of a public. Spawn method, which is going to probably take in the room that it's located in, just so that I can parent it. I'm going to need a basically going to be a database of deck. Yeah, okay, so the main thing that I'm just trying to figure out is when I'm spawning things, just spawn the Alright, so say I define this whole area kind of here as like something that I want to fill in, right? Do I want the top level to only be this, right? Like if the top level settings, it has to have something that's exactly that size. Because if so, then I have to make sure that there are things for exactly that size. Otherwise, I just always spawn lower things. Inversely, if I don't do that, then I have to make sure that if I choose to spawn this one area, that it can still kind of spawn things inside it that are kind of big enough. To be valid enough, but then so obviously you don't like take a big space and then spawn just like a small item, right? Because that doesn't fill up the space nicely. Should be stuff in the spaces. But on the other side, you know, I should still have space to move around and do things. Like do I or what I could do is probably okay. The other way is that I could actually set up like a prefab kind of to be in there with the defined areas. And be more kind of custom per thing. So I define all those areas, and then I can define maybe some options within that area that I would like to see. And I kind of just chooses one of those. Instead of being very open, right? Because so maybe only certain rooms can have certain types of things in them. But I just drag and allow those other things to be spawned. Still slightly like this, but not maybe quite as open. Because I was thinking initially I'd have like one big database of items that I would be able to throw into any room. Might seem like a little too crazy. Think about it for a second. So, that's it. I should probably wrap it up. The wife wants to do things, and so I have to watch the baby now. I'll probably in my own time just go and throw in all these doors because I was just getting some makeshift work. I'll have to see how it feels when there's like literally doors on every single thing that you have to open, whether or not that feels like too much. And then maybe I'll have to figure out some system to make you not have to deal with that crap. Maybe sometimes I'll not open, I'll maybe make some doors not exist sometimes. Maybe that's what we'll do. So there's some randomization for doors. Yeah, I feel like if there's doors on like every single entrance, that might be a little bit much. But maybe it's the repetition you need. So we'll see about that. Another time. Thanks for to Oberdev for dropping in for that time that he did. And then anyone else who has been watching later. I will see you next time.